In Washington, Carl, has Congress figured out a way to block these bonuses?
Well, they think they got a couple of ways that they can try. The problem is they run into their own statutes. In the stimulus package, the $787 billion stimulus package from a few weeks ago, there was a provision put in that essentially protected AIG against exactly this. Because of the language and the dates, it essentially grandfathered them in. But there are a host of lawmakers on Capitol Hill who've come up with a whole number of proposals to try to tax the bonuses. There's two proposals to tax it at 100%, one proposal to tax it at 98%, and another proposal to tax it at 65%, assuming that AIG executives are already at the top personal income bracket of 35%, bringing it to 100% total. But a lot of the people who would be getting these bonuses are not Americans, so they wouldn't necessarily be getting taxed on it. That's part of the problem. Chuck Grassley, the ranking Republican on the Senate Finance Committee, got on this yesterday, Megan, and he summed up the outrage that a lot of lawmakers just don't have the gumption to actually say. He suggested Harry Carey would be a good alternative. Listen to this radio interview from Chuck Grassley.
The first thing that would make me feel a little bit better towards them if they'd follow the Japanese example and come before the American people and take that deep bow and say, I'm sorry, and then either do one of two things, resign or go commit suicide.
Very, very tough stuff. And it is far from over. Just a moment ago, the Republican House leadership held a brief news availability, and they were complaining that there should never again be any bailouts. That is not any longer just Republican rhetoric. Moments ago, Democrat Brad Sherman of California suggested that there has to be regulation soon to ensure that taxpayers are never again on the hook for these types of bailouts.
Yeah. And by the way, Carl, who was the person responsible for grandfathering AIG in so that it could still pay its bonuses?
Chris Dodd of Connecticut. He is the chairman. He's the chairman of the Senate Banking Committee, the biggest recipient of AIG-related donations in the 2008 presidential campaign cycle. He inserted a piece of language that essentially said that bonuses of a certain type, but before February 11th of 2009, would be exempt from any type of government intrusion, attempts to take it away, block it, or downsize the amount of bucks. So lawmakers who say they want to fix it are culpable in the sense that it was lawmakers who allegedly protected all of this money.
AIG must be feeling very grateful to Chris Dodd this morning. Carl Cameron, thank you, buddy.
Good money if you can get it. Hey, you want to